everybody, it's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. I'm here to share with you another video in my series called Now or Wow. Today I'm really excited about how today's card came out. I was actually inspired by something I saw on Pinterest. God bless Pinterest, right? But a stamper named Penny shared this idea, so thank you, Penny, for the inspiration for the card today. Let's get started with today's Now or Wow. All right, so the cardstock we're going to be working with today for both our Now and our Wow card is in Whisper White. I have this cut at 11 inches by 4 1/4, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. It is a standard card size, so it's going to fit into one of our medium envelopes. All right, let's get to stamping. The stamp set I'm going to be using today is called Flower Patch. I love the Flower Patch stamp set, but what I love most is that it comes with a matching set of framelits. Now, we're going to be using the framelits, but the good news for you is that it comes as a bundle, so you're going to be able to get both of these together and save 15%. We love to save money, and you hate to fussy cut. Two things that we want to see come together are bundles, so I love this one. All right, let's go ahead and start. I've got a Pear Pizzazz ink pad and the solid image stamp here. I'm going to bring in my Stampin Pierce mat. It's also a stamping mat. This gives me a nice little cush. I find with the photopolymer stamps, I do so much better when I have this mat underneath me. I'm going to stamp one leaf here. By the way, it's not like a rocket science as to where to stamp it, but somewhere around there. I'm going to bring in the brand new Mossy Meadow, and this is the little leafy stamp that comes in there, and I'm going to stamp right inside that leaf. Now, before I re-ink, I want a lighter image to just come off the side of it. We're going to repeat that right here. So again, just coming off the side. I'm going to go ahead and do one more right here in the middle and just a couple more right there. Again, you can see it's just going to give me a lot of nice leafy stuff. Okay, that's really hideous. I know, don't worry, we're going to fix that. I'm now going to bring in a Strawberry Slush ink pad, and the sentiment, this sentiment actually comes in the stamp set. Pretty fun. I'm only using one stamp set today. You guys know I love to bring in lots, but this one worked out perfect. I'm now going to bring in a pink Pirouette ink pad. And all of these stamps that you're seeing me use, all of them are coming out of that flower patch, so that's pretty awesome. That little flower there, I thought it needed a little something. I'm going to come back in with the Mossy Meadow. And I'm just going to stamp that little guy right there. All right, well, we got a lot of hideousness going on. We need to cover this real quick. Let's move this out of the way. This is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, just a simple scrap of Whisper White. I've got the big kind of starry, sharp-edged flower. I don't know anything about flowers, you guys. I'm sorry. But I've got that stamped in pink Pirouette. And when I've got that done, I can come in now with a matching framelit, and we can run that through the Big Shot. All right, we've got that punched out. I'm now going to come in back in with that Strawberry Slush, and we've got this little star stamp, this kind of, it just sort of goes inside. I'm going to stamp it one way, and then I'm just going to ski-wampus just a tiny little bit to give me that look. Isn't that cute? Very, very pretty. Again, coming back in with that little kind of just little dotty one. We're going to stamp right there in the middle. So I've got a pretty cute little flower going on. Let's just take that and put that on a Stampin Dimensional. I'm going to bring my card back in. And I have got a really quick wow. What do you think? I really think that one came out cute. But let's take it up a notch. All right, you can see I've stamped my next card base in the exact same way I did for my Now. I didn't put the little flower on there because we're going to do that a little bit different. I'm now going to bring in a couple pieces of cardstock. This is actually pink Pirouette and Whisper White. Now, if you followed my flashcard series, you're going to recognize that. That's a flashcard. So feel free to get out your flashcard pieces for this. I did do some pre-stamping on it. I've already stamped that big flower in the 2 in Strawberry Slush, and this little guy here, although I'm going to be honest, I changed my mind. I'm not going to use that, so big disregard. But we do need to stamp on this one here, so let me bring that mat back in. Back in that same color, pink Pirouette. We're going to stamp that right there. And while I'm at it, I'm going to take that little flower and we're just going to stamp it in pink Pirouette as well. Now, very simple. We're just going to take all these. We've got all the matching framelits for these. We're just going to go and run those through the Big Shot. All right, so I've got my pieces cut out. I am going to do a little bit of work with this little flower, and I'm just going to cut in between the petals. I'm not too worried about the scallop part, okay? I'm just cutting in between each petal. On these, we're gonna put these together with glue dots. Love my glue dots. Actually, we just need one for this because we're gonna give it a little dimension in between. So we're gonna press that onto the glue dot, and then what we're gonna do is kind of lay these a little skiwampus so that we get that beautiful thing. Isn't that cute? Then I'm going to come in with a Stampin Dimensional. And we want to put these two together. Now before I do, let me tell you, you can either do your pink Pirouette on top or you can do the one with the white trim on top, whichever feels happiest to you. I tell you what, I think today I'm in the mood to have that white one go right there on top. And just like I did with that one, just kind of going a little skiwampus, we're just going to do that. Let's take this pretty little insert here, and that strawberry slush gives it that bright pop of color. Now we can come in and adhere this to our card. To make life easy, I'm just going to put some snail adhesive right there on the card. And we can adhere our flower down. Now at this point, this gives me that opportunity to fluff. This one here, we're going to, actually, I'm not going to use now. I'm going to use a glue dot on this one. Again, the reason I like to use the glue dots is I can get that glue right in the center. I can adhere it right there, and I get, again, I get that lift. And gives me just good dimension on the card, like so. Okay, and now this one I did a little bit different. Let me show you. I've got so many different versions of today's card. I wanted to share with you, this one I did attach a little bit of gold trim underneath it. And sorry, I kind of adhered that down before I should have. But let me just go ahead. I can probably do it with this. I'm just going to press that glue dot onto the gold trim. Oh, guys, I really should have had another cup of coffee today, huh? So yeah, it really wouldn't have had to been that difficult, but hey, this works too. All right, see, it's on there. Woohoo, it's all good. But yeah, you can see just to add that little bit of gold trim. And then what I did is when you're working with the gold trim, a lot of times a couple of these will come off. Well, let me show you what I did because I'm not going to throw those babies away. I have got just one of the glue dots that I'm going to roll into a tiny little ball, and it won't lose too much sticky. I'm going to press one right there in the center of that flower, and I'm going to repeat that right over here in the center of this flower. And then I'm going to press those gold sequins right onto it. And oh, does it give a splash of bling. I love it. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to bring in my first one, my Now, and then my Wow. And I'm going to share with you just one other one that I made, and that's this one here. Again, I just kind of did, I don't know, I guess kind of in between the two. I cut my cardstock a little bit smaller. It's actually cut 10.5 inches by 4 inches, and I've scored it at 5 1/4, and I put it on a 1/4 sheet of strawberry slush. It kind of adds a little more fluff there. I did not use the gold trim, the sequin trim, but you know what? Like I said, it just kind of gives, let me see if I can squeeze that one in there, just kind of gives you a third idea of how to use that card if you wanted to take it up just one more notch. Well, there you go. That is your Now and Wow for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that card. I sure enjoyed making it. And again, thanks to Penny for inspiring on Pinterest this morning. I really appreciate that. Guys, thanks so much for tuning into the video today. Remember, you can order that flower patch bundle at simplysimplestamping.com. I've got an online order button there at the very top of the screen. And you've got the numbers there that you found here on the video. They're available on the website as well. So you'll be able to see everything that I used, a complete supply list. So thank you so much for your loyalty to Simply Simple Stamping and to Now and Wow. I sure appreciate you guys. Have a terrific day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.